The HomePod is an Alexa-like device that adds new smart home features, Siri, and better sound quality to a very small form factor. It's created by Apple and integrates with HomeKit, which is Apple's smart home software, and overall works very well. I've separated this video into four categories to help give you a better idea of my opinions on the HomePod. I've separated them into Siri, sound quality, HomeKit, and issues that have arisen when using it. Siri on the HomePod works surprisingly well. You're able to listen to Apple Music, set reminders, send texts, hand off music just by tapping your phone to the top using NFC, use AirPlay 2, and so much more I can't even list. The microphone array is able to pick up my voice even if I'm in a different room or playing loud music, and using Siri is significantly faster than Alexa just because of how quickly the commands are processed. For instance, if I have a smart lamp and I ask Alexa to turn it on, it takes her a couple seconds, she has to think about it, and then finally she says okay, and then a couple seconds later the lamp turns on. But the HomePod is instantaneous. This leads me to my next point, HomeKit. HomeKit is Apple software for smart homes. The principle on how HomeKit works is a little bit different than how Amazon or Google implement it. HomeKit runs locally on an Apple TV, HomePod, or iPad, which speeds up how long it takes to send a command. Although this allows for a faster experience, you can still access all of your smart home devices remotely. I prefer using HomeKit just because of the speed improvement and not having to deal with a server, just overall speeds up the entire process. The sound quality on the HomePod is outstanding. There are 7 tweeters and one 5-inch bass speaker. The microphone array located on the HomePod allows it to calibrate itself to your specific room. There's also a microphone located on the HomePod specifically to calibrate the bass speaker, which allows the HomePod to pack a very good bass sound, but also still make the pitches very easy to hear and not just make it feel like vibrations. If you're listening to a very busy song, you're able to very clearly hear the individual instruments, and it's overall just a very good sound quality. Listening to voices in a podcast are also very pronounced and crisp, and overall just sounds great. Overall, the only negative I have with the HomePod is issues I've had with it. 4 days after I purchased my HomePod, it broke. I was listening to some music and the audio just stopped playing and the volume button started flashing. This is a common issue with the 13.2 and 13.21 software updates, but I thought it was fixed. Apparently it wasn't. I called Apple support, and after an hour and a half of texting them through iMessage and eventually calling them, they told me I should just take it to Best Buy and get it replaced. Best Buy instantly replaced my device, and now haven't seemed to have any issues, although I would watch to make sure that you don't have any issues with 13.2 or 13.21 software updates. Overall, the HomePod is a great device with some of the best sound quality on the market, even when it's compared to something like the Google Home Max. HomeKit works very well, and Siri is the only voice assistant that works with iMessage and other Apple-specific software that allows the experience to be extremely more cohesive. Although Siri is known for being simpler than Alexa and OK Google, she's still able to pack a punch thanks to her quick response time and HomeKit integration. Although you should do some research before updating your HomePod, I highly recommend getting it just due to the great sound quality and HomeKit integration. Although, if you're already integrated into a different home software like Google or Amazon, then maybe I'd shy away from the HomePod. But if you're into the Apple ecosystem, you should definitely look into getting this product.